We've now completed all of our transmitter OFDM sub-VIs and we're ready to put them all together to make one complete block that we can place in any communications template and hopefully generate a baseband OFDM symbol that is ready for travel through any kind of physical medium depending on the device you're using. So again, because of the complexity here, well, actually not too much complexity, but just because of all the wires, we're going to go ahead and just talk about what's already here rather than go through and build it piece by piece. As you can see, there's really not much going on here. We've placed each of our sub-VIs in here, and their only really significant logic is whether or not to actually run them for the sake of saving computational complexity. Again, if we're going for a real-time system, details like this can make all the difference. So we have our bits to words function and our word to symbol function, and if we're actually going to be generating some sort of training symbol, then the user can input their own pseudo-random noise to place in the spectrum. We don't necessarily need to perform this operations from the bits up. In that case, we simply pass the training symbol through to the symbol to FFT block. And then it determines whether or not the user would like to add a cyclic prefix and chooses to call the cyclic prefix block, or simply, again, go straight through. And finally, we just perform the windowing operation at the end and we have our OFDM symbol. The only really sticking point here is the use of clusters. And as you can see, there's many properties that define our transmitter, and we've been talking about them piece by piece throughout the entire time when we generated each of these sub-VIs. But altogether, there's a lot of data here, and ideally, if we were to implement another system like the receiver, we would want a convenient way to transfer all these different properties, and so that's why we've created a cluster here. It's really simple to do, and I encourage you to check out any LabVIEW tutorials if you're unsure on how to build or use clusters. But you can see it makes for a very nice, clean input and output, especially when we drop this block in a bigger template that's going to be even more confusing with many other things and other sub-VIs going on around it. And that's all there is to it. Next, we just need to test our overall design and see that it works. If you have any questions, I encourage you to check out the CNX module or email the author.